I think the greatest challenge is that we've got so used to separation. Separation from the earth, and we imagine we can trash the very foundation of our being, separation from each other, and therefore separation from our humanity, that we are allowing society to reach levels of inequality, injustice, and brutalization that no human society should tolerate. Well, I think it's wrong to say India growing or India desiring a better life. The economic model that has been imposed on our parts of the world through globalization and now is being welcomed through a group that has made a lot of wealth in the process. We have a whole new set of oligarchs like you have in Russia, like you have all over the world. They welcome the destruction of the environment. The ordinary people pay a very high price, whether it's the farmer who pays a price by having to give up their land, or the tribal who's fighting very hard, or the little child who gets respiratory problems, 300% increased problems among children in Delhi, because we counted the number of automobiles sold and treated that as growth. But we did not watch how the lungs of our children were dying. So all of India does not benefit. And the part of India that's paying a price is rising. And at the end of the day, democracy is the place where the balance of interests work out. A system in which the rich decide the fate of all resources, decide that the resources of the poor are theirs to grab, that the economies of the poor are theirs to destroy, is an unjust system. That's what's led to 300,000 farmer suicides. That's what has led to a malnutrition crisis so deep we have not seen it after independence, where every fourth Indian is hungry and every second child is wasted and stunted. And the violence against women is exploding because of the multiple forces and pressures that are being felt. So when the economic model is divisive and unequal, it's wrong to put those who pay a price and those who benefit into one entity. We need to see them as separate interests. You know, when I started seed saving in 1987, it was assumed that it's inevitable that all seeds will be owned by 5 corporations. I think today, most people are aware that having a diversity of seeds, farmers having a right to save seeds and share seeds, that these are fundamental rights. And in more and more places, it's being built into law. In more and more places, society is shaping agriculture models around local seeds, and people are saying no to GMOs. So I think the growth of the movement for diversity, health, well-being is actually a faster growth than the growth of monopoly and the destruction. You know, the tagline of saving the seed and seed freedom is called Occupy the Seed. And of course, the difference is there's occupation that is with hate and war and arms and violence. Our occupation is with love and with care. We want to occupy nature, not to colonize her and conquer her. We want to occupy her with care. As my sisters of the Chipko movement in the 70s came out and said, we're going to hug these trees, you can't cut these trees. That is an occupation that is necessary both for social justice and for protection of the earth. Yes, we have to do a Chipko with the earth, with the soil, with the seed, with our waters, with our rivers. Chipko means to hug. And we've got to do a Chipko for humanity. Well, I think we've already hit a brick wall with the industrial model of agriculture. 90% of our variety in agriculture is gone. 90% of our water is being exploited. 75% of the soils are degraded. 40% of the greenhouse gases come from an industrial model of agriculture. But it's not the only model of farming. We can do the opposite. We can do an agriculture that rejuvenates biodiversity, rejuvenates the soil, rejuvenates water, mitigates climate change, produces more food, creates more livelihoods, produces better health, and more wholesome communities. So the most important transition that's required is to get out of the myth that corporations feed us, industrial agriculture feed us, GMOs feed us. The reality is the earth feeds us, our mothers feed us, women and small farmers feed us, and the data is there to confirm this, and we need to grow that which feeds us, which is the ecological processes of the earth and the capacity of our small family farms.